Hiya, so I've had some mango and I've had some melon so far. I'm going to have a piece of wholemeal bread. I didn't manage to get any 400 grams, so this is an 800 gram loaf. And I'm going to have one slice. And I quite enjoyed just a banana wrapped in it and eating it like that, so I'll probably eat that. So that's one healthy extra B so far, no sins. So I have now my curry and rice, and I've got 2.5 sins here for the peanut butter in it. Hiya, so I am just got back. We did the Christmas fair, ended up with quite a lot of cakes and biscuits, so I'm just going to have a little chat about how I feel about that. I haven't eaten any of them, but there's sort of a feeling I haven't encountered for a little while, but the feeling of if I don't eat them then I'm missing out. I don't usually feel that way about cakes. I'm not or sugary foods. I tend to use them as a bolster, but there's a little bit of me wants to eat them, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on them all. Now I know I can eat them because then I won't be missing out, but it's sort of, the fact of it is that I know I wouldn't be missing out if I didn't eat them. Do you know what I mean? There's plenty of other things in life that are that I can get my joy from, that I do not need to eat cakes. I could very comfortably choose to sin a piece, and I could do that. That is not a problem. But I have to ask myself why I'm eating it. Now, I'm going to get them all out. I think that's every single bit. No, that's not. This is a bit of fondant there. So I think we're there. And the last bits of all the sweets and chocolate out. So I've got some curry in the fridge, which is 2.5 sins. I've got to put together some chips for my partner when he gets back. I don't have to, but it's nice for him because he's had a run and he might like to eat something when he gets back. So that's what we normally do. Put some chips in. We can have that with some hummus. So I'm hungry. But there's a bit of me that wants to put the chips on first, so that can be cooking while I'm eating my food. So in the meantime, I've sort of just laid them all out on the table here. So we've got back, so everything's all a bit messy. But I've got all sorts. I'm going to run through, and I'm just going to sort of stop it here and then swip over to the other camera. Do it unless I stop it, because I can't swap over through between. So there's this sort of thing here, which is this has been half eaten. So this sort of thing I might think, well, it's only going to get thrown away, so I may as well eat that. Those two are tricky. These ones here are all things that the kids probably will eat, but they probably won't eat them straight away, so they might be hanging around for a little bit. Got these, which I think probably are most likely for me to try and eat, there's like chocolate shortbread, so they're shortbread with little chocolate pieces in them. And then there's like a little bit of fondant here which has not been eaten. So probably what I'll do is I'll sort of throw away most of the things that won't. I don't think anyone's going to eat that. They might do. Benjamin might want to eat that. But so my problem is that I don't know why I'm not eating them. I do know why I'm not eating them, because I don't really want to have the sugar in my life because of the way it makes me feel afterwards, in terms of kind of lethargic and such. So I think I'm just going to watch out, because I know I want to eat them at some point, but it won't be a wanting to sit down and have a nice relax with them. It'll be a snatch with them. So I know the sort of behaviour around these foods that I will probably want to kind of indulge in, and I'm not really keen on going down that route. There's so much of my brain that wonders why. I should just probably just eat some if I want some. But I think I'm more comfortable not, if you know what I mean. I think I'm more comfortable not eating it than I am comfortable eating it. So I feel like I'm not going to choose to do that. What I'm going to do is sort of put together the things. I got these because I thought my partner would quite like them, because there's something a bit special, and I also got him these little Jaffa cakes. It's all to raise money for the school, you know, and there's certain bits that are for the children. So probably what I'll do, I've got these little bags, and I'll apportion them out, and then I'll probably just put their names on them. I'll probably chop the potatoes, ready for chips, put that on. And then all I've got to do is make some hummus when my partner gets back, and it doesn't take very long, and I can have my dinner. So, yeah, my big thing there is I feel a little bit like, yeah, I'll just swap over again. Yeah, so I just swapped over them while I just put those all away. So yeah, my big feeling is like I feel like I'm missing out, and I can't work out exactly what I'm missing out on, because I don't think it's that I'm missing out on eating the sugar, because I've chosen not to do that. But I wonder if it's emotions attached, you know. I know my mum came with us to the summer fair, and my dad there too, so I wonder if there's elements of emotional attachments with foods, whether there's levels of kind of reigniting memories with things, whether that's why. And maybe if I don't eat them, maybe I'll feel a little bit like I missed out on a moment that I could share with others, because obviously everybody else was enjoying them, so maybe I feel a little bit like, because I was selling them, I was kind of just helping out at the refreshments thing. So hello, how you doing? Do you want to drink?
Are you eating the cake?
No, I'm not eating it. I was just literally doing a video about how I'm not eating the cake. I just laid them out. And what I wanted to do is put them all in the right order, so everything's all properly in the right thing, rather than them being strewn about the place.
Mum, did you know that you can play snakes and ladders?
It's good, isn't it?
And
Here, look. Got some snakes and ladders on one side, and on the other side is Ludo. Double games.
I thought it was Cluedo.
It's similar to Cluedo, isn't it? I wonder if that's why. Oh, Guy, I've just figured out why. Look, it's Ludo, but it's in the same concept, isn't it? You come out and you go across little squares. Cluedo. Ludo with clues. Could be. Right.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna stop here, and I'm gonna do what you said. I'm gonna
Look, there's also little
make
pieces.
some. Oh, good. We need a bank bag to keep them safe, don't we?
I know, it came with bag.
Oh, that's all right then. We need one that does back up. Right, so I'm gonna cut some chips ready with potatoes. Put them in. I'm gonna eat some food. See you in a
And then
bit.
you're just going to eat all the cake.
I'm not eating all the cakes. I'm not going to eat all the cakes. I'm going to put them all in here.
Is
And
it
we're going to
so
have-
tempting?
Well, it is. I tell you why. This one I've just been talking about. This one here has emotional memories connected to it. You know, this one would be like sort of old school things that I'd eat with my mum. That one not so much. And these ones here are, because they've been half eaten, there's a temptation just to finish them up to save the wastage.
Well, to save the wastage.
Yeah, but so you know, if no one wants to eat them, then you know. But these ones, I've got them specifically for you and Daddy and Benjamin, so that you could share and have one of those, because I know Daddy sometimes likes a cake. They taste horrible. Fair enough.
What do you expect from a 5-year-old?
What's that? Oh, a 5-year-old made them, did they? That's my daughter's opinion on the biscuits. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna do the potatoes, and I think this time round I'm going to use distraction on this one. I'm going to understand that I might have emotional connections to this food, but I understand that if I help myself remove myself from these types of emotional connections with others in terms of food, that I will find other ways to be emotionally connected. So it's an opportunity to learn a new behaviour. And I'll put them all away, and I just have to hope I remember what I've said to myself and don't get caught out. But again, I'm not going to beat myself up about it if I do get caught out, but I'm not going to scupper myself by doing, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it, because I'd rather deal with these issues than live with them forever. Because there's just, if I can decipher why I do things, and I decipher how I make my choices, and I can always make my choices more comfortable and kind of better for myself, which allows me more brain space, which allows me to be more confident and happy. I'm not after being, I realise along this journey that this weight loss journey is not about me being thin enough. It's about my brain being right enough. It's about my brain being free enough, and about me having no more food issues. And the only way I'm going to deal with all of my food issues is keep facing them as they come across. Ask myself why I choose to do that, why I want to do that. Is it just a way of me scuppering myself, or is it actually a want and a desire? So it's a tricky one, because of course it's just food, but it's not food I choose to eat, I think, right now. Big subject that I don't think will be dealt with in a small time frame, but this is just a little step, and today I choose to behave in this way. Okay, I'm going to go and get my stuff done so I can eat some food. See you in a bit. So a little chat and a sit down I think really helped. I've now, I think I'm really, really tired. I think that's, so I'm really whacked out. So what I've decided to do, instead of chopping up potatoes like I'd normally do, I've just used the same method as I do on a Sunday, which is just empty out some tinned new potatoes already cooked in the oven. So that will just go with that, with the chilli already made, and I'll make some hummus in a bit when my partner gets back. Just put the oven on. I'm just heating up my food. I am just having some melon. I've got quite a fair bit of melon left. It's a honeydew melon. So I am just having sort of a couple of bits of that basically while my food cooks. The potatoes are in then. It's all of a bit of a mess around here, so it's stressing me out slightly. I'm going to have some food, have a sit down, just have a chill out for a little bit. I thought I'm just there shouting. Might just check and see if they're okay. So I've had some melon, it's very nice, and I'm now just having some curry and rice. My curry and rice is 2.5 thins, so it's 5.5 thins. No, 5 thins today, and 1 healthy extra beef. Okay, so these are now cooked. I'm going to steal a couple of these. My partner will have some of those. I'm going to steal a couple of like the tinies, maybe 5 or 6, and I'm going to have that with the rest of my curry. And then he's just having a quick shower at the moment, so then I'll just finish up the last few bits of that, and then I'm going to make some hummus. See you in a bit. Okay, so the green one got me. Buttercream. That's just, I don't know, it's going to be hard. I knew it was going to be hard, and my willpower, I tried to use some awareness of willpower, and I tried to use distraction. The distraction didn't, it worked, then I wanted it, then it worked, I wanted it, but it just got me a little bit. But it was very good. I can understand my brain wanted that a lot. That was really, really tasty. So, half of that, I've had 5.5 sins so far today. So, I'm usually the size of that sort of thing is usually about 10 sins. So I think half of that, probably about 5 sins. So I'm probably okay for the day in terms of that. I won't need any more sins today. I've got a healthy extra B if I want some more nuts later. I've got, and I've had my, I'll have lots of decaffeinated coffees, I would think, and just have a little chill out, but, you know, these things happen. It's always learning about trigger foods, and that one was going to be a tough one for me, but it's done, and I've counted it. Okay, so that one was a tough one for me today. I did not succeed with the cakes, but I don't think I've had cakes in the house for a pretty long time, and I think, yeah, it's just a combination of familiarity and kind of associations with connections to others that I think just caught me out. It was all in one, as it were, all kind of lots of different kind of angles, lots of different ways that one caught me out. It was a little bit of bolster eating, because obviously on Friday we tend to be in bed a little bit later. It's kind of out of choice, because it's nice to have one day a week where you're not as intent on the routine as others, just because it can be quite intense both for the kiddies and for us to do that every single night. So it's nice to have one night where you kind of, you know, loosen off a little bit. And yeah, I suppose the ease of them, if you know what I mean. They were very yeah, it was also leftovers, and the fact that they weren't, it's kind of, you know, the ability to that's not me, by the way, it's just my chair. Yeah, there was lots and lots of different things on that one. So when I last videoed, I had eaten half. I ended up eating the other half, and I think there was another cake as well that I ate. I just want another small one, so I'm definitely over on my sins today. I've had some melon, I've had some mango since then as well. I don't think there's any more sins. I'm just trying to see if I can remember any more sins that I've had. I don't think it then led on to me eating other things. I don't think it led on to me eating kind of cheese and crackers. I don't think it led on to me eating, trying to remember if I've eaten anything else within that patch. I don't think I have. I think it was just those 2 cakes. I don't think there was any other cakes involved in that. Pretty sure of that. So again, it's not a big deal, and you could sort of think, well, was the matter? It's only a couple of cakes, but the point of it is that it's my behaviour around them that I feel uncomfortable about. I've only eaten 2, so I know it won't have a huge detrimental effect on my kind of grogginess levels, but I'll just have to kind of work through those. I'll just kind of work off those, then hopefully it won't have too much of an impact tomorrow where I end up feeling pretty groggy. So yeah, so I've now got, I think it's about 11, I'll just check the time. Yeah, so it's about 11. I don't really have to do anything apart from just go to bed, but I really kind of want to do some washing up because there's quite a lot of mess. I'm wondering that'll help me feel better in the morning if the washing up's been done. The kiddies are asleep now. Benji went to sleep at about 9:30, I think, and Guy's just gone to sleep now at 11. So, you know, we've had lots of stories and lots of just taking our time about getting to bed. We did have a nice time playing Ludo and the Snakes and Ladders. It was very nice. She got a bit fed up at Ludo because it's quite a long game. They were getting tired, so that's when we went up to bed. So yeah, now I've just got to kind of work through that bit where you've kind of done something that you're not keen on choosing, and then you have to be cautious not to carry on choosing that way. I think I'll probably be okay, but it's always a not nervousness, but the knowledge that could carry on down that path. So I'm not. I know don't really have to make a really big deal of this, but I find it helpful just to deal with all of those tiny little nuances of it all. So I think probably what I'm going to do is just do a single load of washing up. I'm not going to do a mammoth amount. I've been watching a bit more of Etka, so I will top up on the last bit of what Etka has uploaded. I've been watching Debbie on Slimming World because they've both been doing vlogs every day, so that's been nice just to top up on those. I've still got to comment on Yvetka's. I keep watching and I keep not commenting, but it's quite nice to comment because obviously then she'll know that I'm there watching, and kind of it's sometimes nice to have a comment at the other end of the day sometimes when you can kind of reply to someone's comment and that sort of thing, so it's quite a nice thing to do. So I must try a bit harder to comment on Yvetka's things. I'm going to go and find something to watch, and I'm going to do a little bit of washing up, and then I'll go and get myself settled into bed. Alright guys, thanks so much for being there. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all your support, and it really helps those trickier times when I kind of get caught out by my own emotional eating, that I can have somewhere that I can just chat to some people about, that you're not going to be judgmental because I know you're going through the same things. Well, you've either gone through the same things or going through similar things, because otherwise we wouldn't all be here if we didn't have these little issues surrounding it. Then we probably wouldn't seek the support that we do. So thanks for being there. I'll piece together this. I can't imagine having much more, possibly a decaffeinated coffee with almond milk, but possibly not. I've probably had enough now. And yeah, I'll probably just go and settle in. Alright then, I'll piece this together and upload. Okay, bye.